Hello, everybody, and welcome back. I am super excited to do this What Sold with You. It is all eBay. I have 30 items. There are going to be bread and butter items. They're going to be high dollar. I'm going to kick it off with the highest sale. And we have been having incredible weeks. We have been maintaining right at $5,000 a week, which is what I want. I want $20,000 a month, and hopefully we can continue doing this. I will tell you the majority of these sales were fast, under a month, and really good profits. And I think a lot of them might catch you off guard. So I'm really excited to share them with you. That way you can expand your knowledge. Hopefully you can find some stuff just like I did, get your sales up and make more money. That's the whole point of making these videos, is to help you learn and help you increase your income. So let's go ahead, take a look at the back of eBay. You will not believe how much we are up percent-wise. It is absolutely amazing and really happy to show you. All right, so here we are at our sales chart, and you can see today is a little bit slower day, but I'm okay. We are going to have some. Today we are at 151.58 for the week. We are at 48.83. We are at 14.5 for the month, which is up 61% over last month. Absolutely incredible. And our 90-day total is almost at 35,000. So not too long ago, we weren't even at 30. So I'm very happy with the progress we have made, both myself getting more listings up and my employees getting more drafts ready for me to list. So again, today's slow. Yesterday, though, we did 707, 230, 246, but here's a 489. Check out last Thursday. $1,208 on a Thursday and $1,845 on a Wednesday. And I am going to start off with the biggest sale, which made that really big day. And it might surprise you. If you know me, it might not surprise you. Something that you might not pay attention to. I don't think it's something you're going to find out in the wild unless maybe an antique mall. But I found mine on an online auction, and you might too. This is a Leslie Trio 3-tone air horn, industrial steampunk, super Typhon, locomotive, or a train. An air horn, a train air horn. And you can see, not in the best of condition. I picked this up for $300. I will tell you, after all the fees and everything is said and done, I'm making between $600 and $700 on this. And it only took 2 months to sell. I saw it. It looked different. I looked it up. So you will see here, you can see the Leslie right here. And then there is that Super Phaeton. This was 24 inches, so 2 feet. It actually was not very heavy. It was less than 30 pounds. It looks like it would be really heavy, but it was not. And I actually picked this up right after I had my gallbladder removed. So my boyfriend's dad helped me load it, and an incredibly fast sale. I also want to tell you, I got 2 offers for $1,150 that I did accept, and their payment didn't go through. And not even a week later, a different buyer came in and bought this for full price. Next up is a sale I just had, and I got these at the thrift store for under $5. I accepted a best offer of $47, making them a $35 profit in under 2 months. So these are size 15, Batali orange. These are your typical Crocs, but they are chef ones. They were rare. I could have held out for more. I think I could have got more, but as you saw just a little bit ago, today's been slow sales. So I only paid a few dollars. I'm happy to accept that 47. And these were probably brand new. I did put them as pre-owned because if I don't know for sure, I don't want to list something as new. However, they really do not appear to be worn, and an excellent sale in under 2 months. Next up are some gorgeous sterling silver handcrafted wire wrapped dichroic glass and pearl earrings. These sold in just 2 weeks for a best offer of $22.50. I paid less than $5, so they're about $13 to $14 profit. Very, very fast. I love artistic stuff like this. Sometimes they can be harder to sell and take a bit longer, but these sold very, very fast. Next up is another one that only took 2 weeks. This is a Swarovski crystal. So this was a Disney Friends owl, and this one sold for full price in 2 weeks. I am only $10 in. So this one is about a $45 profit. Very, very fast. Again, a lot of these items are selling fast. And to me, that says I'm sourcing better. So I'm very, very happy with these sales. Another one that sold in under 2 weeks. This is a Sataya, which was not a brand I was familiar with. Sterling silver necklace. I thought somebody had put 2 pendants on a necklace. And then I started researching Sataya and saw that a lot of their necklace had double pendants. So this was a lotus flower. It was meant for luck. And this one sold for an offer I sent out of $44.99. I paid about $8 for this. And so this one's about a $35 profit. And here you can see the Sataya. So both the necklace and the pendants were Sataya, and super fast sale. There you can see the Sataya on the back of the big one, and really, really fast sale. Definitely a name you want to remember if you are getting jewelry. Next up is a sale that made the Thursday so big, and that is this dining set. This is a vintage Palm Springs rattan Garden Classics glass top table dinette set with 4 chairs. I sent out an offer of half off, $650, and they accepted. They were about an hour from me. They came to pick up this past weekend. Very, very happy with it. And I actually sold them another rattan chair that I had in stock for $200. So it was an $850 sale. Absolutely incredible. The crazy thing is, I only paid $21 for this table. This is a $500 profit, my friends. $500. And I don't do a ton of furniture, but I will pick up a few pieces. Now, this was missing a strap here. The cool thing was the lady who bought it, her husband actually restores and refinishes rattan and wicker. And they told me they also are interested in a couch. So I am going to keep an eye out for a couch for them. And now I have their number so I can do direct sales to them, which is really neat. She collects rattan, and an incredible profit. It took a year. So you do have to have space to do furniture, but you cannot beat that profit. You win some, you lose some. And if you watch my podcast, I often talk about integrity, and that if I list something at a price, I list it too low, then that is on me. And that is exactly what happened with this. And it sold in 2 seconds. 2 seconds. Now, the cool thing for me is I got this white gold bracelet in a jewelry lot, and I only paid $13. So it is an incredible $150 profit in 2 seconds. But somebody messaged me and they said, are you aware that the gold value of this bracelet is $360? And I'm like, no, I was not. So I did not do my research, but I priced it. They bought it. They paid. I shipped it. I still made an incredible profit. They also will make about $150 profit as well. And I'm okay with that. Now I know if I get lucky and find white gold in my sterling, I'm going to Google the value of a gram of gold. So $199 sale. And I am not exaggerating when I tell you 2 seconds. There is a $750 marking. So the auction company didn't look close at this. Maybe they thought it was a $950. It was not. It was a $750, which indicates white gold, 18 karat, an amazing sale. I could have got a lot more. I could have got that 360 really fast as well, but I honored my price and still made a good profit. Up next is one that took a little bit longer. It took 4 months to sell, and it is an empty box that sold for $30. So this is a vintage Christmas tree ornaments empty box, sold for $30. I actually got this in a really big lot of Christmas stuff that I only paid $50 for it all. So they had stored different Christmas bulbs in this box. I separated them out, I lotted them up, and I sold the box. Guys, do not underestimate the value of empty boxes. Even old ones like this, $30, 4 months, and probably about a $23 profit. Next up is one that I picked up in Las Vegas, Nevada, thrifting. I picked it up for $2. It sold for a best offer of $17. So it's about a $12 profit. I wanted more. We went back and forth. I finally said, you know what, let them have it. And it is a Glentana made in Scotland mohair scarf. I really thought that it would be worth more. There are some priced higher, but the majority of them sell around that $20 mark. Next up is another one that actually sold in under 24 hours. So another very, very fast sale. This is a vintage Navajo sterling silver. It is a signed Bruce Wood Indian Princess brooch. I sent out an offer of 10% off, $89.99. They accepted it. And I will tell you, that is the highest of the Bruce Wood brooches to sell, right at that high end. But I didn't see any like this with the Indian Princess. And so I priced up, and I am only about $10 into this one. So it is about a $68 profit. Very, very fast. Again, under a day. There you can see that Bruce Wood signature. So if you have signed pieces, definitely look them up. I used both eBay as well as WorthPoint to price this. If you find one-off rare items, I would definitely check out WorthPoint. I have a video on it. I'll pop that up for you now. And this was an incredibly fast sale. Here is another one that sold very fast. This one also sold in under a day. It sold for full price at $59.99. And it was not branded. And I misspelled Southwest. So still sold in a day. Vintage sterling silver clip-on earrings. I put coral beads, fishball charms. I tried to put Southwest, but I couldn't spell. I only paid $5 for these. $45 profit in a day. Beautiful pair of earrings. Absolutely incredible. Unbranded will sell. You just have to make sure you keyword it well. Next up is another 1 month sale, and that is a Silpata necklace. This is a white beaded with sterling silver chain and lobster clasp. I don't know how this thing sold so fast. Sold for $40. This one I picked up in an online auction lot for about $5. So it is going to be about a $28 profit. Again, very fast. Watch for Silpata. There you can see the arrow. That is the Silpata mark there. And this one is a beautiful multi-strand. There again is that Silpata. You need to know Silpata. I have done so well with Silpata pieces, and there are quite a few out there. Next up is one that took a little bit longer. This one took about 8 months to sell. This is a vintage sterling silver cameo ring. I accepted a best offer of $30. I only paid $5 for this. So it is probably about an $18 profit after fees. Not much, but I had it for 8 months, so I let it go. I think they got an amazing deal. It is a absolutely beautiful, beautiful ring. I made a profit and got more money to buy better stuff. Next up is a license plate. This is a vintage 1960 Missouri trailer tag. Sold for a best offer of $28. I've had these for years though, but I only paid $2. So it's a $20 profit. With license plates, you really have to check the year, the tag, like if it's a trailer, if it's commercial, all of the different things to comp, because like a trailer tag might be worth more than a car tag, or it might be the other way. So you really have to look up the year, the state, and whatever is on it. I was very happy with this sale. I probably am going to liquidate my license plates out on a live whatnot sale here coming up in the next few weeks. Is a pair of Ralph Lauren striped pillowcases. Paid $1 for these at the thrift store. Sold for full price in under a month. $29.99. $22 profit on these. Watch for Ralph Lauren. There's the tag. I love picking up pillowcases, and I really, really love finding Ralph Lauren. Next up is one that I thought would sell faster. This one took over a year, and it's so cool. It's rainbow tie-dye. It says, "Get on the bus, Captain Kurt Siesta Key." Sold it for 20 bucks. Got it at the thrift store for $1. Still making, 14, 15 bucks, but it took a long time. I didn't think it would. I thought this was a pretty cool shirt, but sometimes you really never know. And I was happy to get that $20 offer and get it out of here. Next up is some Derail navy blue blackout curtains. I picked these up because it was a pair. So I don't like to pick up single curtains. I picked them up at the thrift store for just a couple of dollars. They did take 9 months to sell. They sold for $19.49. So about a $13 to $14 profit. You can see it does say 2 panels. And I am okay with that sale. I'm not sure. I think I would check sell-through rate before I pick up a pair of blackout curtains again. Next up is another one that took a long time. The vintage linens really can. So this one, I sent out a best offer of $25. It was accepted. I picked this up at the thrift store for $5. So about a $16 profit. And again, it took over a year, but people put a lot of work into these. I really like kind of rescuing them from the thrift store and finding them a new home. So I will continue to pick up vintage linens, even though they do take a long time to sell. Speaking of vintage linens that take a long time to sell, here is another one. This one took over a year, sold for a best offer of $16. I only paid $1, so about a $12 profit. The doily doesn't take up a lot of space. I really love the pansy edged ones. I find these quite often, and I cannot resist picking them up just because, again, it's so much work into this, and I absolutely love it. Another one that only took a month to sell. Full price on this Realtree men's long sleeve fishing shirt. Picked it up for $1, sold for $24.99, about a $20 profit. Very, very fast. Good size, good brand. It is vented. I pick up fishing shirts as long as they're extra large or bigger. I'll pick up large and smaller if I can get 2 and lot them up. So definitely keep your eye out for those, especially right now that we're in the summer. Next was about an 8-month sale. This is an Izod golf polo 3XL. This is a women's. It was new. And this one sold for full price, $24.99. And I picked it up at the thrift store for $5. So this one is about a $15 profit. I don't pick up a ton of women's golf polos, but when they're new with tags and if they're a good price, I will pick those up. Next up is a vintage Timex sterling silver watch band. I did put Navajo turquoise coral inlay. It was signed. We did put Reed. This one sold for a best offer of $35. I paid about $20. So this one's actually only about a $10 profit. And it was missing a stone there, if you see. I don't know if I recognize that when I purchased it on auction, but that's okay. I still made a $10 profit, and it sold in right at 3 months. Next up is a long tail sale, but an amazing profit. This is a Robert Graham Ashhold black backpack, skull print interior. The MSRP was $296. I had it at $139, got a best offer of $100, accepted it. I only paid $1. very close to an $80 profit on this backpack. I picked this up in a private pick. There's that skull on the interior, and there is that MSRP. So $80 profit. I bought a ton of stuff from them, so it ended up at like $1 a piece. And this one took a year, but I am okay with that with the profit. Next up is a beautiful Majolica pearl necklace. If you do not know the name, I definitely recommend it. This one sold for a best offer I sent out of $129.99. I only paid about $30 for this one. So it's an $80 profit. Beautiful Majolica pearl, or Majorica. Sorry, I've been saying that. I was thinking of Majolica pottery. You can see very, very clearly marked with Majorica and 925, and beautiful 32-inch long necklace, and only 3 months for this one to sell. Up next is another one that only took a day to sell. I love these ones. I got a best offer of $110. I accepted it. I picked these up for about $5. So these are an $85 profit. Very fast. They are gorgeous Zuni multi-stone inlay. They had coral, they had onyx, they had turquoise. Beautiful, beautiful long dangle earrings, and an amazing fast sale. Next up, these two bread doilies sold in 2 days for $29.99. Full price. I paid $1. These are a $25 profit. Very fast. So some linen takes a long time, some sells fast. The hard thing with the vintage linens is you really never know. Next up, I absolutely love this cute little chicken basket. It took over a year to sell. It sold for $20. I got it at the thrift store for a few bucks. It's a $10 to $12 profit, but it is the cutest thing. I actually think it might have been like a rice steamer or something, but very, very cute, kitschy, but it took a year to sell. Next up is another one that took only a couple of weeks. That is these Adidas Alpha Bounce slides. I got these for my nephew when we were on vacation because he needed some sandals and he didn't like them. So I paid $5. They sold for $22. I made a quick $13 profit. And I'm glad he told me he didn't want them. Size 11. And yeah, very, very fast sale. So watch out for Adidas slides. Another Silpata necklace, another very fast sale. This one took a month, sold at full price for $49.99. This is a pearl strand with the blue pendant. I paid $5. So this one is a $38 profit, very fast. There is that Silpata yet again. Please keep an eye out for Silpata. And most of the times you can identify the name of the piece by Google Lens. Some more linens that took over a year to sell. They sold for a best offer of $23. I only paid $1, so $16 profit. Very, very long time to sell. Again, you really never know, but I absolutely love them, so that's why I sell them. Next up, this one takes the prize for how long it took to sell. It took 4 years. 4 years for this thing to sell. It's a really cool vase, and it sold for $30. I only paid a couple dollars in a lot. Maybe I priced it too high, but it's a really cool piece. I'm happy with the $30 sale. It took forever, literally one of the longest ones I've had to sell, but I am happy it found a new home. Next is one that took 6 months to sell. This is a Tortellani signed vintage 3D rose. I only paid $1 though, and it sold for $25.99 on best offer. So close to a $20 profit. Jewelry is another one that's kind of hit or miss. There you can see that Tortellani signature, and really, really pretty piece. I didn't pay much, but it did take a little while to sell. Last up for this video is this Barbie and Skipper vintage doll clothing lot. Sold for a best offer of $22.74. These were kind of leftovers, so I put them all together. I consider it pretty much all profit, so about $15. I looked up all the outfits because some individual Barbie outfits can be worth hundreds of dollars. It's absolutely crazy. I might have to do a video on that. That would be a fun one. And I am happy with this. It took a little bit longer to sell, but it was just the leftovers from a random Barbie lot. All right, that was everything. Some amazing sales. I am so happy with how our sales are going. Our live sales are going good as well. Watch on Whatnot. We should have at least 1 or 2 scheduled for Whatnot. I'll put that link down there in the comments for you. We are selling $40, $50 jewelry with $3 and $5 starts. So plenty of room for profit if you're a reseller or a collector. Go check them out. I've been getting some amazing, amazing jewelry here lately. I really appreciate you watching. Leave me a comment, hit the thumbs up, subscribe if you're not. I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful weekend, and I will see you on the next one.